Parents may say that the love they have for their children is stronger than that of any other human being. But what about when it's flipped? The children's love for their parents, a daughter's love for her father. About a year ago, one of Pilgrim's trustees, Patrick Bennett, was diagnosed with brain cancer. Now, his daughter Brianne is showing her love. It's not very often that you hear someone who's battling cancer say that good things have come out of a diagnosis. But for Patrick Bennett, that's exactly what he's saying. Because both him and his family know they got God on their side.
It's been heartbreak, but it's also been enlightening. It's been some hard times, but also good times. Good things have come out of it.
January of last year, Patrick went to Florida with his wife Shelly, their daughter Brianne, and their son Brandon. On the way home, he started experiencing very bad headaches.
People kept saying, well, did you go to the doctor? Did you go to the doctor? I'm like, go to the doctor? No.
He thought he had just caught some sort of bug and figured it was no big deal. But then after he got home, he had a dentist appointment. And then the dentist asked if he had went to see the doctor.
So then I'm really starting to think about this, like, geez, with headaches, maybe I should go to the doctor, you know?
Later that day, Shelly decided it was time to see the doctor. Patrick did some basic tests involving following the doctor's finger, and then was asked what should have been a very simple question.
Do you know what day it is? And what month it is? And I got them both wrong. And she said to Shelly and Brianne, is that normal? And they both said, not at all.
It was at that moment that Patrick's doctor knew he should have a CT scan and was sent to Hartford Hospital.
And the doctor there said, I'm sorry, my assumption was right. I'm afraid you have a tumor.
I was frozen. I didn't know I didn't believe it at first, you know. I mean, I had a suspicion, but I did not think that would happen. And I was with my brother, actually, and he totally lost it.
We're like, what did he say? And Shelly and I were just kind of sitting in this dark room by ourselves.
And even though it felt as if they were all alone, they of course weren't. They knew they had Christ on their side.
Christ is probably the one thing. All the people saying, I'm praying for you. I get cards all the time, you know. I mean, I get cards probably every day that say, I'm praying for you, and they have a loving message inside. It's amazing. And that's the one thing that pulls you through. You have to be positive.
Since his surgery to remove the tumor in February of last year, Patrick has had to go through a series of chemotherapies, radiation, and physical therapies. But Patrick says it's the day-to-day things like balance and focus issues that are really frustrating.
You just kind of do things that you used to do, but you can't do them as fast or as well. Even reading, I mean, I was always a reader.
Patrick also says that the support from his whole family is overwhelming. And then on his birthday, he received a very special gift from his daughter.
She gave me this packet of information, and once I started realizing what it was, I was overwhelmed. This was for my birthday. And it was emails back and forth. It was an email that she sent out saying that she was going to putting together this run. She's raising money for her dad.
I mean, I had spent enough time kind of moping around about it and feeling bad for him and my family and everything, and it wasn't doing me or anybody else any good.
Brianne decided it was time to take action, so she created Miles for Hope, a benefit run in honor of her dad. It's scheduled for next month, which, not so coincidentally, also happens to be Brain Tumor Awareness Month. She says she wanted to show her dad that he's not alone in his fights.
I wanted to do it just to show my dad kind of how much, I guess, it affects me and our family as a whole, and not just him, and that there's so many other people out there fighting the same thing that he is.
100% of the proceeds from Miles for Hope will go to the National Brain Tumor Society to support their efforts in finding a cure.
Well, there's been so much work that she's put into this, you know. A simple thank you ain't gonna cut it, but she's special. Yeah. She surprises me, like this really caught me off guard.
And this is where the good that Patrick referred to earlier comes in. As difficult of a time that the last year and a half has been for him and his family, he says that relationships have strengthened.
It's definitely brought us together. You know, you don't take anything for granted. I don't take a minute for granted with him. So every moment that I have with him is really special to me.
It's no secret. The result of cancer can be deadly. But when Patrick's doctor came in to start telling him about statistics and a possible timetable, he said he didn't need to hear it.
And I just stopped him. I didn't want to hear it. I didn't want to plant that seed in my head. You know, I knew what my beliefs were. You know, and I knew my life was in the hands of God, and that's what my time frame was going by.
And lastly, an update from a story that we brought you last month. 4 boys from Pilgrim competed at the International Boy Pioneer Pine Car Derby earlier in April in the Minneapolis area. Congrats to Jason O on taking 2nd place in the craft competition in his age division. That Reese's car almost looks good enough to eat. Almost. Well, that'll do it for this month. Remember to subscribe to our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, and visit pilgrimcares.org for more information. I'll see you in May, and God bless.